Good morning, everybody. I'm Professor Ritesh Patel, working as Assistant Professor at the Institute of Management, Nirma University, in the area of Finance and Accounting. I'm going to share today with you an important insight on today's ongoing requirement how to publish your papers in top journals. Publications is nowadays become very important for all of us because every institute is looking for publications from their regular faculties as well as for the recruitment. Publication is one of the important criteria for selection, as well as for PhD scholar. This is important because we are looking for publications. Having a publication and having a quality publication makes a lot difference. Just publish a paper at somewhere and publish a paper at somewhere which can give me quality, there is a huge difference between both of them, because it clearly has an implications on your citations, on the kind of recognitions you will receive over here. Today, I'm going to discuss with all of you an important era, that is how to write and publish your paper in top ranked journals. Okay, so I'll be talking about this from the management perspective because I am a faculty from the management discipline. So where we have a top rankings like ABS rankings, ABDC ranking. So publication over there makes an important point when I'm publishing my paper over there. I'll be checking that requirement when I'll be evaluating that particular component. Okay, so I'm putting that further over here, my insights on that. I'm sharing this insights in this session based on the capabilities that I have, based on the research publications that I have done over here. So I'll be sharing a certain important points to you to set the background, and then I will come to the point to you. Okay. Yeah, I hope the PPT is visible. Okay, yeah. So publishing papers in top ranked journals, a method to learn, very important point for all the researchers, professors who are working in the domain of academics. Publications in the top journals is not easy to procure, but let me tell you one good insight. If you have the opportunity to publish your paper and you have the opportunity to publish in a top journals, I suggest you to go for only top journals, because that matters because of two reasons. One is the kind of recognition you will receive, and second, the kind of reward you will be receiving over there. This citation is now become very important. Okay, and with citation the H index and I-10 index is also become very important. So the based on the publications you have, you will receive the H index or I-10 index or whatever is there, and accordingly you can put it when you apply and when you can go ahead about that. Okay, so let me have a calculations and just point for you people. In management, ABDC is very important. I have published seven papers in A category journals. Okay, this slide I am listing out the four papers. So I have published in the top ranked journals of A categories, which has impact factor of 4.5, 10.4, and 4.27. Okay, that includes International Review of Economics and Finance, one of the top ranked journals, Finance Research Letters, one of the top impact factor older journals, and Journal of International Financial Market Institutions and Money. Okay, again one of the high impact factor journal. Then my other papers in A categories are in Journal of Behavioral and in Experimental Finance. That is again A category with impact factor of 8.222. International Review of Financial Analysis, again A category, and impact factor 8.235. And Finance Research Later, a recent paper is published over there with A category and 10.4 impact factor. So in total, in nutshell, if you just see, I have in A categories publication, which in having a high impact factors over there. This high impact factor helps me to achieve a better citations in the future when it comes in the place. Okay. Second, my experience in publication is with B category. In management, ABDC ranked journals are giving ranking. The highest ranking is A star, then the next ranking is A category, then the next ranking is B category, and then the next ranking is C category. C category is the lowest ranking category. Then it comes to B category, and then it comes to A category, and then it comes to A star. I'm yet to enter in A star. I have made my entry in C category, in B category, and in A category. A category, 7 papers I've already shown you. Now for B category, I have around 9 papers, which includes the publications in the North American Journal of Economics and Finance, which has impact factor of 3.6. Another paper I have published in Resources Policy, which has impact factor of 10.2. Another paper I have is in Research in International Business and Finance, that has impact factor 6.5. Another is Qualitative Research in Financial Market, impact factor 1.9. Journal of Wealth Management impact factor is not there, but it is ABDC B rank. All these A and B category journals that I've shown you, all are indexed in Scopus and Web of Science. Another publications that I have is in Research in International Business and Finance, impact factor 6.5, Journal of Wealth Management, and Applied Economics Quarterly. Then I have C category journal publications. I have shown it's very basically over here. Okay, as you can just see it. Okay, all the publications, you can just see it over there. It is in ABDC C rank journal. I started my journey with C category, then I moved to B category, and then I moved to A category. It took me around 3.5 years to jump from C category to A category. From C category to B category, it took me around 2 years to move, and from B to A, it took me around 1.5 years to move up on. Okay, yeah. Moving further, this is my Scopus profile. See, don't focus on the Scopus very broadly. You focus on the top rank journals. Majority of the ABDC rank journals or ABS rank journals, they all comes under the they all comes under the Scopus. So what happens is that when you publish it over there, your entire outcome will come up, because your entire outcome will move ahead, and likewise you will be able to publish in a more better way. So the moment you will do that, your entire publication will come to that particular place. So you just see I have a 29 documents in Scopus. All these are all APDC A, B, and C category papers, and that has increased my citation. You can just see from 2019 onwards the citations has increased like anything. Okay, it is still keep on increasing. This is a Web of Science profile. For researchers, Web of Science is also very important. Majority of the ABDC rank journals are in Web of Science. And when you are in Web of Science, you are publishing something that's going to make an important insight, because it's going to increase your publications over there. So I have published in ABDC rank journals that has helped to give me around 14 documents in Web of Science rank journals. Due to research, I am getting recognitions over here. Crossref is one of the important source which keeps on publishing the rankings. Crossref is an important publications indexing services. So Crossref is keep on publishing the ranking every year. So based on my publications, I have received a certain ranking over there. So in the Southeastern Asia, which includes countries starting from the Malaysia to till the Pakistan, and on the north side from the Japan and Korea to the China and all that belt, from all that authors I see, like I got a wrong rank of 47 based on my publication. This is an international recognition that I've received. However, still I need to do a lot, because I've received at a regional level this particular recognition, or a continental level. If we cover the Southern Asia, that includes the Pakistan, Pakistan, India, Nepal, Bhutan, Myanmar, Maldives, all that small countries of Asian countries, I stand at 35. Okay, and if I consider only India, I stand at number 27 in India in terms of ranking based on the ABDC Journal Quality List. So, see, publication gives you the advantage that it gives you the recognition. When you publish your papers, it's going to give you a recognition at a world level, at a regional level, at a country level. They will be able to see you at a particular level when they will put it. So that thing makes a sense. Now, editor and reviewer position. Looking at my research, I am also being recognized as an editor and reviewer. So I'm an associate editor at Nirma University Journal of Business and Management, and I'm currently serving as a reviewer in a different categories of journal. I'm serving in A category journals as a reviewer that includes Finance Research Letter, International Review of Economics and Finance, International Review of Financial Analysis, and Journal of Business Research. ABDC B category, I am reviewer in Research in International Business and Finance, Resources Policy, North American Journal of Economics and Finance, and Cognizant Economics and Finance. ABDC category, European Eurasian Journal of Business and Economics, Vision, the Journal of Business Perspective, Indian Journal of Finance also I am serving as reviewer. Scopus and Web of Science I am serving as reviewer for Helion, Cleaner and Responsible Consumption and Russian Journal of Economics. Okay, so based on my this expertise that I have just shared with you my background, I'm going to share with you some insights on how to publish your papers in the top ranked journals. I will be covering certain important points that one should keep in the mind when they are selecting the topic and they are writing the paper. And at the same time, I'm also going to cover that how the entire methodology you should follow to write the paper. See, writing and publishing paper is not easy because the competition level is very high. If you submit the paper, other authors are submitting the papers, and then getting and meeting with the competition is becoming very challenging. So I'm just putting it further over there for your easy references. So when it comes to the content of the research paper, first comes is the title of paper. Very important. Why title is important? Because it is eye catchy. If you're through your title, see, when you write a paper and you submit to the journal, the editor will handle the paper. Normally the review process goes in the way that the editor takes your paper, the editor read your paper, and then the editor decide whether to give this paper a particular consideration or not. So over here the editor will review your paper, and prima facie they will decide its suitability for the publication to the journal. Over there they will check it based on the title. They will just see they will just see that the title of the paper meets with that requirement or not, that whether the title is appropriate or not, and whether the scope which is covered by the paper is broadly covered under title. So that title will indicate that whether this paper will have a weightage or not. Then the next is author's detail. That is not much impacting. Abstract, writing abstract is very important, because abstract gives you an idea, that is what to cover as a paper, what not to cover as a paper. Okay, what to cover as a content, what not to cover as a content, and what to be, because see, with reading of the abstract, somebody will able to know that what to do, what not to do in the topic. Okay, the next is keywords. You need to be very careful in writing the keywords, because once your paper will get published, and if somebody will search for your paper based on the keyword only, they will be able to decide that whether they will able to get a result or not, because whatever the keywords they will put in the query box, based on that only they'll be able to know the results of it. Okay, then the introduction. Introduction will indicate a segment of initial write up, a background. Okay, literature review will all about a review of past studies. I am coming to each of this point in a detail. Then the research methodology, that the method that you are going to follow to that. Research methodology is very important component for the paper acceptance as well as rejections. Then the data analysis and interpretation, that what way you are interpreting the result, what way you are writing the data analysis, and what way you are going to cover it up over there. Okay, so that will be covered when you will be having it. Then hypothesis testing. Okay, what kind of hypothesis you have developed, how you have developed it, what is going to show it over there, and how you are going to make it. Next is conclusion. So it's going to make it in that way, that is how the conclusion is made. Okay, what is the conclusion is made and what it's going to reveal. Conclusion is such a write up that when somebody will write it, they will understand what to do, what not to do. They'll be able to easily gauge it. Then the references. Okay, they'll be able to see the reference, and then the annexures. Annexures is something if we want to put it over there. Yeah. So coming to the next point, what should be the sequence of writing paper? Many people are facing a trouble in this. That is from where to start, what I should follow to write the paper, what sequence I should, or from where I should start. A basic fundamentals question. So first of all, decide the area of your research. Most probably the teaching area. Teaching area doesn't mean that the area that you are teaching the subject exactly it should be same. But say for example you are a faculty from marketing discipline, or maybe you are a faculty from the biology, okay, or you are a faculty of mechanical engineering, or maybe if you are a faculty of, say for example, chemistry, okay, and over there also if you are a faculty of a specific subject like finance, marketing, HR, IT, information technology, then your paper should fall in the same area in order to have your research work. Second, search the journals which are available. So you need to decide upon that which journals are available, how we can go about the journals, and what journals we'll be selecting over there, and how which journals are available and how we will go about that. Next is decide two to three journals and read carefully the guidelines of journal. So you need to decide upon the two to three journals. See, the purpose is to decide two to three journal is very important. If you will go for one journal and if that journal will reject your paper, you will have other paper, other journal available as an avenue where you can submit your paper and you can have the publication. So that's why it becomes important to have two to three journals over there, and you need to read the guidelines carefully. Why I'm mentioning the guidelines, because see, there are journals which has a strict guidelines with respect to the number of words you have to write for that paper, okay. Sometimes the words number is fixed, okay, and as a result what happen, whenever we write the paper, sometimes we won't able to get it to the level where we should get it, okay. So if the journal has, say for example, 10,000 words as a limit, you wrote one paper of 10,000 words, and if it get rejected over there, and if you will write, and if you will then have to submit to the other journal where the word limit is only 7,500, you have to revise the entire paper. Then it becomes very challenging, because the addition of words is easily possible than the deletion of word. 10,000 word paper you have submitted to one journal which is rejected over there. Now you have to make it to the 7,000 word, which is not easily possible, because then you have to cut down around 3,000 2,500 words. That will require a thorough understanding, because then when you cutting, you should make sure that the quality will not compromise when you will cut it. Okay, so that's why it becomes important to have it over there. Then you need to decide the topic, okay, which topic I will cover up over there. Then you need to decide, you need to get one sample paper from the selected journal and read it perfectly. See, every journal is making some paper available as a sample paper to the authors for reading. I suggest you download the paper, you read it, and you thoroughly understand it. The purpose to have is that when you will read, you will understand, and you will go with that. You will be able to know that what kind of topic to be covered, how to be covered, and what level of quality is desired by this journal, because looking at all these things in an advance, that can help you in making your choice in a more better way, okay. Yeah. Then you need to write each part of your paper carefully. See, whatever part you are writing in the paper, introduction, LR, research methodology, all that need to be written very carefully. Any single part, any mistake causes a trouble, so that you need to see very carefully, okay. You need to first start with the literature review. Then you need to, yeah, now I'm telling you the entire sequence. First you should start with the literature review, then you need to start with the go with the introduction, then research methodology, then data analysis, then conclusion, then references, and then endnotes and annexures if anything, and then abstract, and at last there is a keywords. And after that you should put the exact title, because each of these things is related to each other, and that's why following a proper sequence will make a sense when you will have it. What to do before sending a paper to the journal? So over here one point is very important, okay. Before you send a paper to the journal, you need to read the whole paper perfectly. Check the paper for words, for grammars, okay, properly, that whether the paper has a perfect words, a grammar propers or not, everything. Then you review the paper with respect to the sample paper, that the paper that you have downloaded, whether it is in the same line or something like that, and then you can cross check that how it goes over there. Okay, then you update the paper and send it to the journal. See, it is advisable that before you send it to the journal, you read the paper two times, three times, four times on your own, and then you have it. There may be typo mistake, there may be analysis mistake, and then you can rectify and you can correct it over there. So likewise you can make it over there when you will have it. You need to consider certain things when you write a paper. Please take into considerations that you select a journal properly before writing the paper. Many times it happens that you write a paper, you submit it to the journal, and the journal instantly replies that sorry, we cannot consider your paper as your paper doesn't fall in the scope of our journal. Okay. Then you will face a trouble to manage it, to get it placed. Okay, so over there it becomes very important that you select a proper journal before having it, because see, many times journals are not considering the paper on the topic, or maybe doesn't fall in the scope, and that's why they are not selecting it. There are very few journals which are multidisciplinary that takes paper from all the domains over there. Like if I'm talking about management, there are exclusively journal for finance, and in finance also for specific domain also there is a specific journals like behavioral and experimental finance. Yeah, please wait. Yeah, sorry for interruption. So there is a specific journal like behavioral and experimental finance. So when we have a specific journals, we need to decide that it can go in a specific journal like journal of retirement. It is exclusively focuses on the retirement studies. Okay, so over here you need to decide how to go about that, what way I can go and what way I can put it in the place. So the journal which is indexed, you need to select a proper journal before you start writing for that. You need to select the journal which is indexed in Scopus, Web of Science, and ABDC rank journals because they are reputed and they are preferred. Okay, the waiting period for normally for this journal is 3 to 8 months, or even it can be more, depend. Because see, the paper when you submit, normally it goes to the review editor first. The editor will look at suitability, and if the editor will found that this paper is okay, then they will submit it to some other. Then they will give it to the reviewer. The reviewer will take a time to review the paper, and based on the reviewer's remarks, the editor will give you the decision either accept, reject, or revision, major or minor revision, whatever is there. Based on the revision, it is decided whether to give this paper or consider this paper or not. After that, the entire timeline over here is depend on one important thing, that how much time the reviewer takes in reviewing the paper. If the reviewer will take more time, definitely you need to spend more time over there. You don't have any possibility to go further at anywhere. Okay, so that's why it becomes important when you will consider it. Okay, you need to also decide that which software you will use for the data analysis and how you will perform the analysis, because it's very important. Software which you are using is also plays an important role in the selection or rejection of paper, because software explores a particular kind of statistical taste, and statistical taste are highly linked with the methodology that you are using it. So at that time, it becomes very important to decide upon that whether this journal will be taking this paper on this methodology or not. See, publishing a paper is very difficult nowadays because competition is very high, quality matters a lot. So you need to focus on one point in order to decide upon that which paper should be selected and why. Okay, that you need to think one thing very carefully, that why editor should take your paper. What is the reason? Okay, you need to justify that. Yeah. So, how to decide the topic? Certain things to be decided before you take the topic. Okay. First is interest. You and your co-author all should be interested in the topic. It should not be forceful. that I don't have any topic, so I'm selecting this topic. It should not come like this. I am selecting the topic because I am interested in the topic and I want to contribute something new to this particular domain. You need to do some primarily research. A little primary research will also ensure you that there is enough information available on your topic or not. Like you want to study some topic where there are lot research is done, there is no need to do research over there because there is no possibility to contribute some significant outcome. And if the topic is not much studied, then also you need to see that whether there is much available or not. If it is not available, better you won't focus on that. Okay, so that's why it becomes important when you go ahead over there and when you take it in the place. If required, you either change the topic or you modify it, because sometimes there is no possibility that the topic can give me the required information. Then better I just switch the topic. Okay, I just make it in a such a way so that I won't face a trouble. And if the topic is such where there is no possibility to explore it further, better I drop it. Because see, the topic is a base. If you select a wrong topic, your paper will be wrong, and likewise the chances of acceptance will not be there. Okay, so likewise you are going to face trouble over there. So that's why you need to select it very carefully when you apply and when you have it. Ask a librarian in case of requirement. Sometimes you may not be aware about a specific journal. Taking a help of librarian can able to give you a guidance. When you ask a librarian may able to give you some insight, that is how you can develop a paper, or sorry, how you can decide the journal, or how you can decide the topic on what journal is publishes on what topic. Because librarians are handling the journals, they are looking at the journals on a day-to-day basis, so they have some more insights. Taking their insights will definitely help you in this case. Discuss your topic with your instructor. If you are a PhD scholar, you can have your instructor with whom you can discuss this topic. Your PhD scholar will give you, sorry, your PhD guide will give you an idea on a particular topic, and then you can make it. Even you can, instead of instructor, you can also discuss it with your other co-authors. Okay, the one who has already published or who are working on a specific domain, you can take their input. Taking that input can help you in looking into that. You need to check the availability of data, that whatever topic you are looking, whether the data availability is possible or not. Sometimes the data may not be available. Okay, sometimes the data is available but it may be a paid source where you don't have a sufficient funding to procure it. And sometimes collection of that primary data will not be possible which is needed for the topic. So all these things you need to be very very careful when you decide it. How to write abstract. Abstract is nothing but a synopsis of your paper. Like as we are writing 2 3 4 line abstract for our paper, similarly you need to write it the same synopsis for that. It includes basically four things: the objective of the paper, the data duration, the analytical tool, and the conclusion. The purpose of abstract is that anybody who wants to just read a particular content and unable to understand the gist of the paper, they able to recognize it. Just reading a paper can help you in getting that. Just reading an abstract can able to give you an insight what the paper possesses. When I read the abstract, I able to know that what it covers, what it should include, and how it is there. Because through reading of the paper, I will know that what is the objective of this paper, what duration they have taken it, and it is decided that whether this study will should I consider or not. So even when you do literature review, you read through the abstract only. Okay, you're not supposed to take the abstract lightly. Okay, many times what happen that people are doing what they are just rewriting the what is there in the conclusion. So they are taking from the conclusion, they are pasting the abstract, and they are pasting the same thing in the abstract, and then they are writing it. It should not be written in the same format. It is a very important part of your paper, as the paper in the journal and abstract, as the paper based on the abstract in both the journal and conference can be selected or can be rejected. So I give you very clear examples. In conference, you first submit the abstract. Based on that, they decide whether it is suitable to the conference, and then they give you the chance for presentation. However, in case of journal, that is a little different. In case of journal, you first write the entire paper along with your abstract to submit it. Now, the editor, they don't have a time to read the entire paper, so they will read the title and they will read the abstract. When they will read the abstract, they will know what to do, what not to do. And when they will read the abstract, when they able to know this thing, at that time they will decide whether to consider this paper or not. So your paper may or may not get chance based on the abstract. Okay, so that's why writing an abstract is important. You need to be very very careful while you write it. Okay. Normally, the abstract is of 150 to 200 word length. However, it depends on the journal. So I suggest you to look at the journal guidelines when you decide the length of it, because based on that you can decide that how much you should go about writing the abstract. Okay, understand the abstract very well. I suggest everybody that you refer at least one emerald based paper to write the systematic abstract. Emerald has a very, very strong system which they have developed in order to develop the abstracts. Now, keywords. How to write the keywords over there? That is become very important. Keywords are the words around which your study revolves. Many people don't know the meaning of keyword. That what is keyword? It's just simply the words. No, it's not a simply words. The word mentioned is keywords. That is a word which are key. Key means an important component of your paper. So keywords are the words which reveals your research study. Journaling, yeah, please, yeah, please wait. Yeah, sorry for interruption. Keywords are the journal words on which the study is based. Okay, so if you are using a certain proper keyword, your study will able to be recognized by researchers. Say for example, I'm telling you one title, customer satisfaction from the online banking services. A study using PLS methods for Indian customers. So over here, I'm covering around 3 4 aspects. I'm covering a customer satisfaction. I'm covering the online banking, that is financial services. I'm covering the PLS SCM, that is a methodology, and I'm covering an Indian market, that is an emerging market. So if I will write these four keywords, that is customer satisfaction, IT based financial services, PLS SCM, and emerging markets, the kind of search result which I will get will be more better. Because what happened, whatever the authors are there, they will write your keywords. Now this one's question comes that how many keywords one should have. So there are around 3 to 5 keywords one should have. However, that depends on the journal guidelines. Some journals are looking for even more keywords, so they are giving a limit of minimum 6 keyword, maximum 12 keywords, or minimum 5 keywords, maximum 8 keywords, kind of thing. So you need to refer the guidelines, and accordingly you can cover it. It is very important. Keywords are very important in order to improve your citation, because see what happens when somebody searches the paper, they in the various searching platforms, whether it is a Google Scholar or Abbas Corpus or maybe Scopus or maybe Science Direct, Emerald, Elsevier, Springer, everywhere, Sage, Taylor and Francis, they just type the title or they just type the paper, okay, word. Based on that word, they able to get the research. So the kind of word that you will put it, based on that you will be able to get a citation for that. So you need to be very very careful in writing the keywords, because the kind of words you will write, based on that you will be able to receive the citation. So that will help you in improving your citation. Nowadays, along with paper publication, citation also becomes very important. That's why you need to focus on the keywords very carefully because it plays a very important role in improving your overall citations. Moving further, how to write the introduction. Introduction is a part from where the reviewers start reviewing your paper. So you need to write it very carefully when you put this in the place. Okay. Introduction must include the brief overview of the topic and the area of study. Okay. So if you are writing a top on a particular topic, a brief overview so that somebody can understand that what it is, you need to give on that. Say, for example, you are writing a paper on a green investment. Then, what is a green investment? Many people don't know. And if you are writing on a climate finance, now climate finance is a new concept. Then you need to give such a way a thorough understanding so that somebody can read and can understand it. Okay, so through introduction, somebody able to understand what the areas you are covering and what the topic you are going to cover up over there. Okay, the introduction of the study must be in the own word rather than taking it from the net. Many people are doing this. They are taking from the internet, they are writing it on their own. Okay, they are writing it as it is or maybe by certain word modification. No, see, when you write introduction, you need to refer from the internet, but you need to write it in your own words with your own understanding. When you read a certain paragraph, if you read around 8 to 10 line paragraph, you will be able to derive one or two line write up over there. When you do that, you'll be able to get an outcome on that, so that will be helpful to you in deriving the outcome. In case if you need to put some data as a source, then put the web reference source. If it is compulsory to put the data source, put the web reference as a source for that, so that it can give the outcome that whatever the data has been given you have used, that is being recorded. Like, say for example, you want to cite some government of India studies. Okay, then you write according to the census report published by government of India, or according to a so and so report published by so and so ministry of India. So that is what all about giving a reference. Okay, that you can do. The introduction should include all the areas which are covered under the title. So you refer at the title, and whatever the areas are covered over there, all the areas should be covered when you write the introduction. Okay. So at that time, that becomes very important to cover each and every area. Like I just give you again the same example. Examining the customer satisfaction in the online banking services, a study using PLS SCM method for the Indian customers. So here, one topic is customer satisfaction, for which I need to cover in the introduction area. One is online banking service, for which I need to cover. One is PLS SCM method, for which I need to cover a write-up, and one is Indian customers, for which also I need to cover up into there. Then the introduction should include the research objective and a paragraph on how different part of the paper is covered. Like this will be a last paragraph where I will write that what the part 2 will cover, or what the part 3 will cover, or what the part 4 will cover, so and so forth. So the reader will get an idea that what the next sequence is. Okay, how the next sequence is decided and what is that. Next is writing the literature review. This is one of the important segment because literature review decides the research gap, and that also decides your methodology that you will apply. So literature review must include the author's name, its studies, duration, and the outcome of research. During a literature review, four things is to be covered. The author's name, that always comes in the form of citation. The duration and the study, that what the study is about, with what duration it is done, and what is the outcome of that research. Okay, so that to be covered very carefully. Second, the citation of the author in literature review must be done using APA or other method. So you just refer the methodology of citation which is followed by journal, which is given in the journal guidelines. Either they follow APA or they follow MLA or they follow Chicago method or whatever is there, okay, or Harvard maybe. So accordingly you can just put it a citation for that. Okay, the literature review need to be done in hierarchy. So the first older study will come that will somewhere take place in 1970, 1980, or 1990, means from the origin of the topic, or maybe in 2000 also. First, the original origin study will come, and then it will follow a subsequent sequence, and then the latest duration based research will come. The latest research will have a more weightage in this entire process as compared to the others. The literature review is very important because it guides you in hypothesis testing and development and data analysis. We'll be able to know that what kind of hypothesis to develop over there, what kind of methodology to apply, and how to apply a particular methodology, what to do, what not to do. Okay, all these things you'll be able to cover when you will play it an important role. It is better to do literature review in Excel and then in the Word file format. Normally, in the Word file format, we do literature review in the text format. Okay, so we used to write a text. I suggest everybody to write a text format in the Word file, but prior to that, you do it in Excel because see, at that time you will get certain important insight. Okay, that which papers are in favor of topic, which studies are against of the topic, any study has found something new, any methodology they've applied, any sample size they have selected. If you want to justify your selection of sample data methodology based on the past research only, you'll be able to justify it, you'll be able to bring it in a more better format and more better outcome. Okay, it covers both the aspect of literature review, that is positive and negative. Any topic can never have all the study in a positive domain, all the study in the negative domain, because everything in the world has a pros and cons. Based on the pros and cons, certain topic will have a positivity and certain topic will have a negativity. So based on the positivity and negativity, you can decide the literature, because when you categorize the literature into two parts, positive and negative, that will help you in getting an idea that why a particular topic is negative. Like I told you about a customer satisfaction from online services. So yeah, please wait. Yeah, sorry for interruption. So I talk you about a customer satisfaction from the online banking service. So one positive aspect is that the customer are satisfied because it is convenient as compared to physical banking. However, on the other side, customer are not satisfied because always there is a time of problem of server. So there can be all the aspect of literature, and likewise you can come up with certain outcome which is a more better to give the results. Okay, how to write research methodology. Research methodology is an important area that to be explored. So research objective should be decided in the line of title of the paper and the area of study. A research objective can be categorized into two parts, that is primary and secondary. And you can write up over there what to cover up. The research objective need to be more realistic, okay, in the real life, and it must be that clear as well as well as to you as well as to the reader of the paper. That is what the particular study wants to explore. Ideally, there should be only 2 to 3 research objective at max any study can explore. Because all the study has a limitation in terms of scope. Looking at the limitation, the study will able to cover up only a certain portion. Beyond a level, they are not going to cover up over there. So at that time, it becomes important to see that how much they are covering and what way they are covering. The research objective can be split into two parts. If they are more, then you can split it in two parts, primary objective and secondary objective. The purpose to have primary objective is to just highlight the most important objective of the study. And the secondary objectives are always in the support of that primary objective, directly or indirectly. So based on that, you can decide upon that how to decide the objectives. because the objective is very important segment, because based on the objective you will decide the methodology, and based on that only your entire conclusion will come in the place. So that's why deciding an appropriate objective and splitting them into primary and secondary market proper sorry primary and secondary objectives properly is very important in order to have a study on a hassle free manner. Sample size, you need to decide now. Sample size is an important question, that how much sample I should select. If you are covering a study of population, you not need to worry about a sample. If you are covering a study of sample, then you need to decide what is an ideal sample. If the population is unknown, that what is the exact number of population, and if the size of the population is also unknown, okay, sorry, is not able to be decided by any means, or if the population size is more than 1 lakh, you can take 384 as an ideal sample based on 95% significance level and 5% standard error. Based on that, you can decide that that 384 will be an appropriate sample to decide upon a proper level. Sample frame means who can be a respondent for my survey. Who will be a respondent for to whom I will conduct a study and they will give me the insights on the topic. So who can be my respondents that I can decide upon. Next is research design. That means the design with which this particular research is carried out. Okay. You have decided that what methods or what concept or what basically the ideology, okay, you have explored. There are two types of research design: descriptive and exploratory. Descriptive method goes about exploring the concept to that level, and exploratory or about checking the cause and effect kind of concept. Based on the title, based on the nature of study, you can decide which methodology, sorry, which design will be more better applicable. Research method means a method by which the research is carried out, on which one can apply either a basic research or it can be a basic applied research. There are two methods of research. One is applied research method and second is basic research method. Basic research method is just you are exploring the basic concept, the relationship between a dependent independent variable, relationship between two variable or more than two variable kind of thing. Applied is what something is already explored and then you apply the concept and you evaluate it. Say for example, capital assets pricing model in finance or survey QM model in the banking service quality. You apply it and you decide whether the service quality is improved or not. Yeah. Analytical tools means the test which will be applied in your in a study by you. So you will decide that which test you are going to apply and how it is going to apply. This point is very important to cover up over there. Okay. Yeah. Analytical tools. See, you need to decide that which kind of statistical test you will apply in your study. Whether you will go with a basic statistics or you will go something advanced statistic. I suggest everybody to conduct at least descriptive and correlation as a basic statistics. Then which other statistics you need to apply, that you need to decide. You need to learn an appropriate software also for that which is applicable. And then you have to decide that how it will go, what way it will go, and how it will be made. So analytical tools means the taste which will be applied in the study by you. Likewise, you can decide that how the taste is to be applied, what way the taste is done, and what result it is going to give you. Okay. Then the next will comes as the limitations. Limitations includes the constraint by which your study is limited. Okay, it can be of data, it can be of time, etc. Maybe my study is covered under the geographical area of Gujarat state, or maybe Rajasthan state, or maybe any other state of India. So that is a geographical limitation. My study may be cover up only within a certain time period. That means may not be just say for example, anybody who has conducted study during COVID, not necessary the study will have a same implication in post-COVID period. So that time is limitation over there. Okay, that we need to say. So you also need to see the past methodology which is published in the past studies in order to support your argument and in order to support your results. Next point comes how to write conclusion. So conclusion is includes the major findings of your study, which is followed by a discussion on the future perspective and or its application with present work. In the conclusion, I will just see that what was the major findings which was followed in the past and what is it can be present. In a conclusion, see, conclusion should be such an important point. First, what happened? Anybody can read your title and abstract. Through that, they will get idea of your paper. If they are not in a position to get the idea through reading of your paper, they will definitely come to the conclusion to read it. So your conclusion is normally in a more detail as compared to abstract, and your conclusion should be such a way written so that somebody can read it and can understand it very clearly that what is mentioned over there, how it is mentioned, what thing is to be covered, what not to cover. That they able to identify through that very well. Okay, so that's why writing a conclusion is important. It is all about a brief discussion on what happened in this study, what was the objective of the study, what are the main findings, what is its implication, and next what the study can be given as a more better outcome in the future. So you need to show that what can be a future perspective, what can be another perspective of the paper of this paper that can be explored. Okay, that we have covered. Say for example, I am covering a study of Indian market customers using online banking service. So I can give a future research direction that this is done in India. Now we can compare two countries like India and China, and we can see that whether there is difference between two countries or not. Second, I can also compare that India with some African countries where technology level is low, or some other country where technology level is low, and then I can measure the satisfaction. See, every research has a certain possibility for future research that you need to highlight when you go about that. One important point is that do not rewrite the abstract or even vice versa. Okay, statements such as investigated or studied, they are not conclusions. Okay, so keep all this thing in the mind when you review the sorry, will you write the conclusion, because on that words also that happen after title and abstract. The editor of the journal may read a conclusion if he or she won't able to understand your topic thoroughly. Then they may read it. Yeah, please wait. Then how to write references. Last point. References are the sources from where you had taken your data. Okay. So all the sources from where you have taken the data should be covered up over here in your references. The style of reference will differ for different journals. So you need to see that what kind of style the journal will follow. I suggest everybody to refer the journal guidelines before writing the styles. Some journals follows APA style, some follows MLS, some forward Harvard, Chicago, and some forward Harvard. Okay, so accordingly you can take it. You need to, some journals require the complete titles of the cited references. So check all the citations for accuracy. Here the accuracy will come in the place in that way that some paper is published in 2022. It was accepted and published in 2022, but it has actually appeared on the online in 2024. So the year of citation will mismatch over there. Okay, so you first check it for accuracy before you submit the paper. The paper references must include the reference on the books, notes, research papers, and working papers. Sometimes it happened that you got some good working paper and that you have referred in your literature, and the paper you refer it from the SSRN website because certain journals are permitting pre-submission to SSRN. Then you can cite it over there. But in that case, until and unless that paper is not published, which you have cited, it is known as working paper. So that you can put it over there. For a good research paper, references must be in APA style, which is available also in MS Word Office 2007 and higher versions. You can check it. that how it can be used and how it can be downloaded. You have to just put and insert certain data, and likewise you will be able to get it over there. Okay. So this is what all about an insight from my side in writing a good quality papers. I am happy to share this insight with you, and I'm hopeful that whatever insight I have shared you, that has augmented your knowledge on how to publish your papers in the top quality journals. So I'm stopping myself over here at the outset. At the last point, I'm just giving you certain insights. When you write a paper, you read everything thoroughly. For acceptance of the paper, many reasons are required. For rejection of paper, one reason is sufficient. And if your paper will rejected once, you will face a lot trouble in managing it. Then you have to submit it to that low category journals or a lower category journals. It will grow and process, and then it may or may not be accepted. You don't know. Sometimes you may feel that you have made a mistake, and likewise your paper doesn't give the result which it should give. So you may also face a trouble over there when you will have it. So all this thing is causing a trouble when you apply and when you work on that. Okay, so I suggest all of you to just have a look at it, read the things and everything thoroughly before you submit to the journal, and then decide a best topic that you can cover up over there. Okay, my best wishes to all of you for writing your future research. Thank you so much taking your leave. All the best for future research.